Sun, sea, and sand. They're the bread and butter of most Caribbean islands. But while some continue to take this traditional approach to tourism, others are turning to medicine to ramp things up, clamoring for a slice of a medical tourism industry worth up to $55 billion. But what are the implications? And is it going to work? Emma Gladstone takes us 19 degrees north and 81 degrees west to the Cayman Islands, where its 50,000 plus residents are betting a new multi-billion-dollar facility will become the third pillar of the economy.
Since the age of 21, Trinidadian Wendy Sao has been suffering with a minor heart condition.
I will get palpitations. Maybe that would last about 10 minutes.
After nearly 3 decades of living with a troubled heart, things took a turn for the worse.
At that time, I knew I was getting a heart attack with the symptoms I was getting. Cold sweating, shoulder pains, jaw pains. So I knew what it was.
Wendy was told she needed surgery. Her husband researched facilities in Trinidad, the US and Cuba. Little did they know Cayman, the British overseas territory, was an option. The first phase of the $2 billion health city Cayman Islands opened in February 2014. With 140 beds to begin, it specialises in heart treatment and surgery and is the brainchild of Dr. Devi Shetty, who built similar hospitals in India.
I was told that the best location for a hospital is a hospital which is built on a ship and parked outside US water. And Cayman Island nearly fits in with that description.
The Caymanian government bought into the idea. It provided tax waivers to build and operate the hospital, easier entry into Cayman for workers and patients. It even capped pain and suffering damages for medical malpractice. All this to diversify its $2.5 billion economy, mostly dependent on banking and tourism.
I think the volume that they're going to be targeting is maybe at least 100 people a month. And if you get that kind of volume coming into the island, plus the assistance that with local patients, we're going to see large benefits.
Dr. Shetty's concept from India is based on a high number of patients to lower healthcare costs. Even though India has more than 1 billion people, the Caribbean and North America combined have close to half that amount.
Thousands of patients are going out of US every day to very remote locations for various healthcare intervention. And Cayman Island is the best and the nearest location.
Some 900,000 Americans ventured abroad for medical treatment last year to countries like Thailand, Mexico and Singapore. A big reason is exorbitant healthcare costs, as highlighted in the 2007 film Sicko, where documentarian Michael Moore took uninsured Americans to Cuba for inexpensive treatment.
They didn't ask for money or an insurance card.
Regina Cervantes.
Just their name and date of birth.
But that was then. This is now. The US Congress in 2010 passed universal healthcare coverage, now being phased in.
We have now just enshrined, as soon as I sign this bill, the core principle that everybody should have some basic security when it comes to their health care.
Which is why healthcare analysts like Maria Todd in Denver, Colorado, questioned the viability of Dr. Shetty's hospital.
I'm not quite sure where he believes his source market will come from. Because if he's thinking that it's the United States, Obamacare might change that for the next 3 to 7 years. It would cover me in Fort Collins, it would cover me in Colorado Springs, it would cover me in Aspen, but it won't cover me in the Caymans.
That may leave the facility dependent on Caribbean nationals, like Wendy and her husband, in search of better treatment at a lower cost, with savings of up to 50% of what it could cost in the United States.
One of the things that really impressed me here is that people seem more concerned for the patient than the money.
But in the future, Cayman will have to compete on more than just price. Nearby islands like Jamaica and the Bahamas are also trying to enter the industry, worth up to $55 billion. and US hospitals are now targeting the same Caribbean nationals in countries like Aruba.
We've also seen US entities like Jackson Memorial, University of Miami, Baptist Hospital, all reaching out with new tentacles on other islands. And so they have the ability to be instantly productive.
Dr. Shetty's Health City Cayman Islands is hoping the quality of its care and state-of-the-art centre will make the difference. There is round-the-clock virtual monitoring by doctors in India, world-class equipment, and even after hospital, recuperating in the tropics.
You're operated on and you're able to stay in their hotel for a few days, come out and stay in another hotel here in the Cayman Islands, which benefits the local economy.
But with only 26 procedures in its first 3 months of operation, the results have fallen far short of the 100 per month the government expected. And while only time will tell whether things turn around or prove a tragically expensive gamble, for patients like Wendy Sow, statistics are inconsequential.
All the staff here was very, very accommodating and helpful, and they made you feel very at home. They were very attentive.
She's been given a second lease on life.
They say a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. And if this bird whistles in Trinidad and Tobago, it can be worth thousands.
Come baby, one.
But what happens when a cultural pastime hits a sour note? Find out next on 18 Degrees North.
Are you a man over 40 and feeling tired, losing muscle, have less romantic drive? Then call now for the Ageless Male Free Testosterone Giveaway. For the first time ever,